Welcome to our first chapter of Prime Arcana, the Scourge Garden. Chapter 1, Bludmuk. A sharp, brutal midwinter sun hangs low in the sky, casting afternoon rays across the frost-laden village of Bludmuk. Life from the hamlet fills the air. Clinking hammers at the old forge, raucous laughter within Mucky's bar, and the creak of wagon wheels crossing from dirt onto stone to enter the larger city of Frostfair across the Tyson's Crossing Bridge. Despite being nestled in the shadow of one of the most important cities in the Scourge Garden, Bludmuk is a rough, stoic frontier settlement, tethered to the plentiful fields of pale, yellow whisper wheat. The whisper wheat is as versatile as it is precious, and is used by the locals to make flour, brewed into hearty ale, and even woven into light but warm thread. Some say Bludmuk's name comes from the rich, red mud that clings to farmers' boots during the winter-spring thaw, while others claim it refers to all the blood spilled in the town's earliest years, when settlers still had to defend their fields from wolves, or worse, without the aid of the Frostfair Watch. Now, farmers harvest under the protective eye of 2 watchtowers, with a 3rd currently being built. Rising up from the Frostfair battlements, and visible for nearly 50 miles, the Heart Spire is a gleaming 1,800-foot-tall lilac crystal that forms the backbone of the great and towering Everfrost Archive. The afternoon sunlight reflects off the Heart Spire, scattering dazzling patterns onto the city and the village far below. Bludmuk's village square buzzes with activity. Orc traders haul carts of goods, a wiry gnome adjusts his bulging satchel, and Minotaur laborers stand stoically in line for the bridge. The clinking of hammers and laughter spilling from the tavern mix with the creak of wagon wheels, pretty much the same rough harmony that defines any little hamlet town. A steady stream of travelers mill about in the long, congested queue to enter the bridge ahead. At the end of this line is someone new to this place. So, Haley, who are you on the world of Zorizon?
So, my character, her name is Meryl Silvershine. Her race is she's Vulpine. She has white silvery fur and a big bushy tail and ears that stand straight up on the top of her head. She's 20 years old and she's wearing a green tunic with very cozy looking materials, fabrics. And she's got fur-lined boots on. They're brown. She's got green eyes and she's here for the first time. You can see that she's carrying a longbow and she's got a javelin strapped to her back that's tipped with a very interesting blue and black stone.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me with disadvantage. Okay. So, you're so captivated right now by being in such an alien surrounding that you have disadvantage on perception checks and initiative rolls for the next 1d12 hours.
7.
Okay, so for the next 7 hours, you're rocking disadvantage.
Sorry, on which ones?
Perception and initiative.
Okay.
Your legs ache, and each step further into the rustic farming village feels heavier than the last as this 14-hour walk has finally come to an end. You started early this morning in the pale pre-dawn light, and now as dusk approaches, you feel your stomach growling at the welcoming smell of roasting meat from the nearby tavern. Stepping up beside you, the barely 3 feet tall Lortho Goldwhisker attempts to scrape mud off his boots on a shattered stump. Ah, these boots are ruined.
Oh, maybe you can find some new ones once we get inside.
His little ears kind of like flatten a little bit, and he nods, and he's like, yeah, I can do that. And he kind of like leans down, and he like looks at him again, and he goes, maybe not. Pop always said a good pair of boots just needs the right leather to bring him back. I bet this place has got fabrics we've never seen before.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't think it'll be a problem. And then she like lifts her boot to show him that hers are also completely covered in the same mud.
And Lortho is a Vulpine, just like Meryl. He's the same age as her. However, he is about 3 feet tall compared to her 5 feet tall. He kind of shakes off some snow, and he's like, ugh, I still can't believe we walked that far. Before today, the farthest from the center of town I've been is the Whisper Worship Grove.
I know. God, what an adventure it's been. This is so exciting. Can't you just like hear all of the busyness and the things going on inside of the city? It's really loud.
It is really loud. I didn't know the world was so big.
Me neither. When I leave, it's more quiet. This is crazy.
You've been gone for days at a time before. Do your legs ever stop aching, or is this just my life now?
I think once we get some good rest in a comfy bed, you'll be feeling right as rain.
You think we're going to do that here, or you want to head over the bridge?
Well, we're already in line, so I feel like we might as well just get on through.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a 1d4 for me. As the square around you is just alive with activity. And you see these like towering figures that have kind of like cow and bull-like faces with curling horns. And they're, you see scaled individuals with long tails that look like walking lizards. You see hulking people with greenish skin and like tusks coming out from their lower jaws. No races you've ever seen before in your life.
She's trying not to stare, but she's also watching Lortho, and if he's staring, she's going to nudge him.
Go ahead and roll a perception with disadvantage for me. Oh, okay, that's good. That 19 would be a success. So you see that he's staring maybe like 50 to 60 yards away. There's these two elven street bards. They're probably about 50, 60 yards away. One of them has a fiddle. The other's got a set of drums. And like they're just kind of rocking, doing this little playful music battle. And like people from the line cheer them on. You see that Lortho is like basically like bobbing back and forth, like clapping his like hands with like a big smile on his face, just like watching him go to town.
Oh, like a baby.
He waddles over and sticks his hand in his pocket and then like takes them out and then like drops like a handful of acorns into the musician's bucket. And he goes, everyone loves a good acorn, universal currency. And then he like turns and like waddles back over towards you.
Meryl says, oh, I'm sure they very much appreciate that, Lortho. But stay in line. We don't want to lose our spot.
Okay. Sorry, Meryl.
It's okay. She's happy that like at the end of their day that they've spent all day kind of traveling and walking for days and days, that they've ended up in this place that's optimistic and happy and positive. People are just kind of going about their business the same way that her town functions. But she's also kind of feeling, I think, a little bit like bittersweet, knowing why she's here and the amount of work that she has to like return to.
As she's, thinking these things and feeling these feelings, a group of the Frostfair City Watch, clearly off duty, walks towards Mucky's bar after stepping off the bridge. One of them, an elf with dark skin and sharp red hair with mutton chops, accidentally bumps into Lortho, slurring a cheerful apology. Sorry, so sorry. He looks over at you and takes a step back. Whoa, nice fur.
Thanks. Nice hair.
Thanks. He gives you a wink, follows his friends into the bar, and his fur-shouldered lilac cloak trails behind him. Go ahead and roll a perception with disadvantage for me.
Oh, he's trying to... She did not see that.
She did not see whatever that was. Go ahead and roll a second perception to see if she sees the second thing. Nope, didn't see that one either. Just not even at all paying attention to these guys at all. Okay, so ahead of you, the line of the bridge creeps forward, and Lortho lets out a low whistle. When you look at him, you see that his eyes are just wide, and they're like fixed up, staring at the Heartspire, and he's like, what in the name of good winter is that? He's looking up at this just 1,800 foot tall crystal, which you would have been able to see much sooner than, kind of breaking out of the Eldergloom Forest had you not been in the Eldergloom Forest, considering how dense and thick those fucking trees are.
Yeah, she's looking at it too. She doesn't know what it is, so she'll say, I have no idea. Never seen anything like that in our forest.
Do you think it's anything like the Winter Worship Stone? It's taller than a mountain.
Yeah, I mean, our stone is not that big. And I don't know if it's... I mean, we can chip pieces off of ours. That looks pretty sturdy.
I bet they pray to it.
Oh, yeah. How could you not? Look at it. How the sun plays off of it.
It's so pretty. I wish Talia could see it.
Maybe there's some local art of it or something.
Oh,
or you could try to draw it for her.
I can't draw. Can you draw? But that's a good idea.
I can't. Maybe someone that we find can.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. We should make a note of that. And he does a little thinky tap on the side of his head. The line moves again, and you shuffle forward. Around them, the village square continues to just kind of move on. Before you know it, the pair of you stand at the edge of Titan's Crossing Bridge. The air is colder here, sharper, as the wind and spray from the dam below crashes against the ravine. Two massive figures almost twice your height both stand before you in gleaming armor. Their bull-like faces are stern, with eyes dark as coal beneath their helmets. Frost glimmers on their fur-lined pauldrons, and each wields a polished halberd. A sigil that you don't recognize is emblazoned on their chest plates, a set of black and gold horns raised to the sky. One of them, his snout marked with a jagged scar, leans forward and points to his left. Over there. Following the direction of the soldier's finger, you spot a rickety podium standing to one side of the bridge. Perched atop it is a tiny figure, a gnome who looks as though he might be blown over by a strong gust. His head is nearly bald, save for a few stubborn wisps of white hair clinging to the sides, and his oversized glasses magnify watery blue eyes that blink slowly behind frost-coated lenses. The gnome gestures you over with a bony hand.
Come on, Lortho, let's follow the instructions. And she nods at the bridge guards and then heads over to the gnome.
Lortho follows after you, and when you reach the podium, the gnome says, 8 copper per to visit the bridge.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out 8 copper.
Lortho is like, each? And the gnome is like, yes, each. Bridge maintenance isn't free, you know. All you tourists tracking slush and muck across it. Pay your fee or go back to the wilds that spat you up. And Lortho looks up at you and he goes, I don't have any money.
She smiles and says, it's okay. And then she'll pull what she needs out of her purse to pay for both of them. 16 copper.
And Lortho's like, are you sure?
She says, of course, I'm not leaving you out here.
Well, okay, thanks. I'll pay you back. I'll find work in the city. Something quick. Honest.
Lortho. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks, Meryl.
Yep, she hands it all over. She's got no qualms. They're here for a reason.
To burn the city down. The tiny figure snatches the coins and drops them into his lockbox with a sniff. He rips off 2 receipts from a long scroll and hands them to you. And he snaps at the other travelers in line and he goes, here's your bridge receipts, don't lose them.
She takes them and says, thank you, we won't.
Mm-hmm.
He's being snippy?
Yeah.
She just kind of looks at him and then hands Lortho his receipt.
The pair of Minotaur soldiers step aside.
Okay, thanks. She's going to try to walk across the bridge.
And the line continues. Another person comes up to the gnome behind you, and you hear him go back into his same little spiel where he's just like, 8 copper per to visit the bridge. And as you sort of move into the Bludmuk watch post, that is the first thing that you would do as you get to the bridge. You see wooden benches lining the walls. You see a Minotaur guard standing at a small desk near the far corner, sorting scrolls into leather tubes. To your left are massive, grandiose stone arch that leads to a staircase that stretches up into the open sky where the bridge is. The stone steps are wide and sturdy, built for much larger feet than yours. And when Lortho sees that, he's like, ugh, does every adventure involve walking this much?
I'm thinking so, bud. I'm thinking so.
So after what feels like an eternity, the staircase opens up onto the bridge deck. The change is immediate as the sharp bite of the wind returns, carrying with it the thunderous roar of the Drum-Thaw River below. So you guys are right here.
Okay.
So Yuli designed this bridge. You guys can see that up here there is a reservoir. That reservoir also wraps around under the city. Then this bridge also serves as a dam. That pathway up here that you're on, this thing is called the bridge deck. So you're up here and it's just open space. It's a cobblestone bridge. There's low reinforced stone walls that run along either side, the tops of which are all carved in intricate dwarven runes and statues of Minotaurian warriors. And there's lantern posts that are laid out at different intervals, and they've got these horn spirals. And to your left, this great reservoir stretches out like this just massive mirror, reflecting the clouds above. The stillness of the water is mesmerizing. And Lortho leans over the railing and he's like, all that water. Can you even imagine the fish down there? I bet they're huge. What do you think they'd be like? Cold water fish for sure. And he starts thinking.
I'm not sure that there are fish in. I mean, look at how the water is pouring out the other side, and she points to the other side. That's this fury of the dam water just rushing down the side of the bridge.
And she's
I don't know if they would stock that.
And he rushes over. He rushes over and looks out, and you see just the powerful just water just powering down into the ravine. And he's like, whoa, it's the whole world just falls away. It's so loud. And he puts his hands up on his ears because the water is just especially for you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the reason she's not aware of anything is probably the sounds. First and foremost, it's just so loud.
Yeah. And he's like, were they trying to scare people off? Why would you build something like this? It's so high up. We should have thought of... His voice kind of trails off.
She's like, I don't know. I mean, look at how much they had to change the landscape to make this work. She points to the fact that they had there's shaved off sides of the mountainside, and that this interrupts the path of the water, but he can't hear her because it's just too loud.
You don't think we could build something like this?
Why would we want to? We don't even know what it's for.
Yeah, I guess you're right. He looks back up at the Heart Spire, and he's like, you really think they're going to help us?
I don't know. Caro wouldn't have sent us here if there wasn't a chance.
Yeah. Gotta believe, right? Everything happens for a reason. You proved that.
And if they say no, we'll find a different way.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah. He kind of leads the way with his little waddling butt ahead of you. Just a couple feet. And you guys head across the bridge towards the other side, which there's another guard tower. And at this point, you've sort of stepped into the shadow of the Heartspire crystal, which is deafeningly dark. The second stone guard tower leads into a narrow gate, which is flanked by 2 more Minotaur soldiers, whose sharp eyes sweep over you as you pass through. Inside, you can hear, voices and clinking of coin. Ahead of you, another line of travelers shuffles forward at a slow, reluctant pace, each one met by a series of clerks seated at high stone desks. An elven,
Oh, shit.
an elven clerk waves you forward with an impatient hand. He barely looks over the top of his ledger before speaking. Identification scrolls. His free hand hovers with a soaking ink stamp, poised for the next step. You don't have.
Do they have?
No.
Okay.
And Lortho like pats his belly and his pockets, and he goes, "We don't have those. Do we need those?" And the elf just kind of looks at you and is like, he pushes his glasses up and gives the both of you a look. No identification scrolls. Where are the two of you from?
Well, we are from Silvershine Hollow. We've never been here before, so this is our first time. And if there were rules that we needed to be aware of, hopefully you can make an exception just this once.
Silvershine Hollow, and that's in the Scourge Garden.
Yes.
The elf stands up and strides over to the far wall of the tower. Across the room, a massive canvas map of the Scourge Garden stretches nearly 20 feet tall and 40 feet wide, its surface detailed with rivers, mountains, and countless settlements. For several long moments, you see him pacing back and forth in front of it, scanning the surface. Occasionally, he mutters something under his breath, flipping through a thick tome perched on a pedestal beneath the map. Roll a perception for me with disadvantage.
She got 15.
Okay, that's a success. As you wait, nearby, a group of 4 cloaked travelers, dwarves with their hoods drawn low, stand before another clerk. You don't understand their language, but you watch as one of the Minotaur guards argues with them in it. After a brief exchange, the Scourge guard reaches down to take a small pouch from the hands of one of the cloaked figures. The group is then waved through, avoiding the usual stamping and paperwork entirely. And Lortho caught it as well and goes, "Did you see that?"
Yeah, I still have some money. How much do you think we should give him? You think 1 gold is enough?
I don't know. Maybe. He didn't even check their scrolls. When the clerk finally returns, when the elven clerk finally returns, his expression is neutral, though the way he adjusts his glasses betrays a hint of smugness. "I'm sorry to inform you, but Silvershine Hollow does not exist." He gestures vaguely toward the towering map. "It is neither marked on the Imperial Cartographic Ledger of Authorized Settlements, nor recorded within the Registry of Recognized Habitants and Inhabitants."
Oh, God. Oh, no, this is me. Wait.
And Lortho's like, "It's there! It's real! We live there!" And the elf kind of lets his gaze drop down to Lortho, and he's like, "And yet, the census disagrees. If it is not listed there, then it is not recognized settlement within the Scourge Garden. Individuals from unlisted settlements are subject to additional scrutiny before entry is permitted." He gives a wave of his hand, and he goes, "You'll need to fill out supplementary verification forms. That is, of course, in addition to the standard city entrance tax." Lortho looks up at you and goes, "What's tax?"
She shrugs. I don't know.
The clerk rolls his eyes and grumbles, 5 gold a person."
You've got to be kidding me.
And Lortho absolutely reels, 5 gold? That's more than I've ever even seen in my entire life. For what?
Meryl didn't tell us about this. They're talking over.
Yeah. And Lortho looks over at people holding their ID scrolls, and he's like, "A piece of paper?"
I don't even know what to do. So they just turn around and go home.
The elf doesn't even flinch. He's like, "The 5 gold a person is for privilege, tiny sir. Entrance into Frostsphere is a privilege for civilized folks. There's no savagery here." And he just raises an eyebrow to the sharpest possible peak that's ever existed.
Savagery? Who are you calling a savage?
And a glow.
Silvershine Hollow is a real place. My last name, it's named after my family. It's real. She's upset.
And
She is upset. She's
if
causing
it
a
was
scene.
real, we would know about it. Now,
Oh my god.
please,
What do they do?
I suggest you decide quickly, madam, because the line must move forward. If you cannot pay, you're welcome to return to wherever it is you came from, and try again when you have the proper funds. And Lortho, like, grabs your, like, little green tunic, and he's like, Meryl, we can't just go back with nothing. And the clerk's already looking past you. There's people behind you are, like, starting to groan and grumble. One of the Minotaur guards looks your way.
Well, where do we get this paperwork we need to fill out then?
And he pulls a desk drawer out and, like, takes, like, a stack out and, like, signs his name on a couple different, like, locations on it. And, like, the whole time he's looking up at you, like, sort of annoyed and frustrated. And hands you and Lortho each a piece of paper. Bring that back with the 5 gold, and you will be admitted. And it's in the common language, so you can read it. And it's basically just like a census form. Like, tell us about your village, tell us the amount of people that live in your village, tell us where your village is, tell us how to get to your village.
No! Absolutely not. She's not fucking telling them where her village is. This is an atrocity on par with. I'm not gonna. Okay, she's gonna take
Haley
the
quits.
fucking piece of paper. This is to be treated this manner. Okay, well they're gonna go. I guess find a place to try to fill this shit out. But I don't know. I don't think she wants to tell them about her village. Caro didn't warn her about this. Maybe the rules have changed since he got back.
Caro didn't say anything about this.
She doesn't want to talk about Silvershine Village to these people who are claiming it's not real.
It's not real, Haley. It's
Make,
not on their list.
I wonder if they can make something up. And she's only got 6 gold.
Yeah.
And she's not, I mean, okay, hold on. Let me think about this. The options are A, she goes in without him, not happening. B, she sends him in without her, not happening. C, they try to find another way to get more gold. Or D, they try to find a way to get through without paying the gold.
What do we do now?
Did Caro give her something to give to the person that they're going to see?
Yes. He gave you a letter, like a signed and sealed letter with like a, like it's got like the, honey, and he like stamped it down and solidified the back of it so it can't be opened. Or it can, but you'd know if it was.
Directly to the person that he sent them to go see.
Yeah.
And she knows that person's name, right?
Yes. Ruvidon Keskar.
So she's gonna like say, excuse me. And she's gonna push herself back in front of the people who have taken her place in line.
And someone just the crowd mutters like, savages.
And she says to the elf who's been, not helping her, what if I told you we had a very, very important message for someone named Ruvidon Keskar? Would you let us in then?
Everyone in the line shuts up when you say that name. They're like, the clerk is like, my dear, what name did you say?
She's not backing down. She says Ruvidon Keskar.
Ruvidon Keskar is dead, my dear.
Shit. She blinks. What do you mean he's dead? He can't be dead. We came all this way to see him.
He died this morning. It was filtered through the city's newspapers and town criers throughout the day. A tragedy.
What happened?
Nobody knows. If you've come to speak with Ruvidon Keskar, you have no business here. Good day. And he snaps his fingers to the line.
She snatches the paper back up and she heads back to this place to fill the forms out. I'm assuming there's some kind of table that they can sit at, and she's trying to think about how to regroup. And she says to Lortho, oh my god, if he's dead, I mean, I don't know. Do you think we should open this piece of paper and see what Caro wrote to him? I mean, it's not getting through to him now. Maybe there's something in here that can help us.
Lortho shrugs and he goes, he's your brother.
She thinks about it. And yeah, she's going to open the piece of paper. Like, there might be something in there that could help her figure out what to do next. Because if the person that they're going to see specifically is not there, the guy was right. Like, she has no business being here. And she's kind of feeling defeated.
And the letter says, My dearest Ruvidon, I know it's been nearly a decade since we've spoken, but I need you. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Our village has been sundered. This is my sister. Believe the words that she has to say to you. The money is hers. Give it to her without question. Do not do what I know you want to do. Just help me. You owe me. Your family owes me. And if you don't, Ruby, it won't be my sister who comes knocking. Cheers, Caro.
She kind of shrugs and she's like, this is so like Caro to be so mysterious in this freaking letter. It's no help at all.
And Lortho's like,
But
well,
he has a family.
He has a family and he's got Caro's money, which it says here is your money, but I guess our money, the village's money. That must be why we're here. At least, if the guy's dead, maybe we could get that.
I mean, I think we have to find somebody that he's related to be able to try to talk some sense into them, but maybe we should... Okay. We have to get enough money to be able to pass this tax. We need 4 more gold.
And you guys are kind of like back out on like, sort of like in the entranceway to the guard tower, like back on the entrance to the bridge. We could sell our pelts. We could shave them off and sell them. So many of these people are wearing fur. There's got to be someone who will want it. Yours especially.
How dare you? And she like goes to slap him with her tail. She's not selling her pelt.
What? It would grow back eventually.
She's like, absolutely not.
Lortho like smacks himself in the forehead and he goes, the fish! And he like runs over and like looks down into the basin, the reservoir. And he goes, the fish! Think about it! There's gotta be some down there. I know there is.
There's fish down there?
No one's even fishing
it.
No one's even fishing it. Look, and you see that there's like just nobody down there on any of the shoreline at all.
But if they leave, they're gonna have to pay the bridge tax again.
Oh yeah. which is 1.5 silver basically. 1.6 silver.
Okay. 1.6 silver. Okay, she's got 6 gold, 8 silver, 3 copper. So she could pay their way back in if they find a way to get 4 more gold. That's all of their money though. Mm-hmm. So I think she needs to, if they're gonna go along with this whole fishing expedition.
He's like, just a little haul? We could probably sell them in Bludmuk. I mean, people pay good coin for fresh fish, right?
Yeah, she's thinking, well, we should probably confirm how much it's worth before we put all this effort into catching fish. Also, do we even know if we're allowed to fish down there? I mean, if there's no one down there taking advantage of this. You are a really good fisher. And as I've proven, I am a really good fisher. So, I mean, it's not like we're in a huge rush. It did take us a while to get over here. And now that we kind of know the rules of getting into this freaking city, God,
he drops
this is not as simple as it is at home.
Are you sure this was the right place to come? I mean, what if nobody here even cares? What if we just came all this way for nothing?
Well, I mean, we had to try, and we have to keep trying. If you have all your fishing gear...
I do. He like drops his pack with this little thud onto the cobblestones and crouches down and like pulls out a little tackle box and flips it open. You can see that there's just this assortment of hooks and lures and neatly coiled fishing line. And he like starts to assemble his rod and he glances up at you and he's like, "How far is the drop? You've got the archer's eye. You just need a ballpark."
She'll try to estimate how far the drop is.
Roll a perception for me with disadvantage.
6.
Okay, so you're a great shot, but with the mirrored reflection on the water surface below, it's just too hard to judge distance.
I don't know. Put too much line on to kind of test it out because it's really far. I really can't see.
Hey! No fishing on the bridge! It's illegal!
One of the Minotaur guards doing rounds is paused nearby with a very clearly, like, just disapproving frown. As Lortho's like, "What? Why? That's what bridges are for!" And the guard just crosses his arms and he goes, "Because the city owns the reservoir. Any fish within belongs to Frostfade-controlled supply chain. Every catch is counted, weighed, and taxed. You cast that line, you're poaching." Lortho looks up at you and goes, What's poaching? Like an egg?"
Oh man, eggs sound really good right now. I don't know. She's trying to assess whether this dude is like actually mad or if he's like, is he approaching them?
Oh yeah, he's walking up towards you. Roll an insight. Yeah, he's not happy. He points at the tackle box and he's like, "Don't matter. If you want to fish, buy a permit. Rent a spot on an authorized boat and pay your dues like everyone else. Don't let me catch you out here again."
Permit? What's a permit?
And he just, savages. And like continues across the bridge. And remember that this guy is like twice your height. Lortho watches him go. He goes, "What kind of place makes you pay to fish? Nobody owns fish."
More words. Taxes again? Like, God.
What's a
See?
permit?
I don't know. I guess that explains why nobody's fishing over here.
Yeah, how could anybody fish if they don't even know all the rules? This is hard. And he like starts putting his tackle box away. My dummy's grumbling. You think anyone at the tavern might want to trade a warm bowl of stew for some perfect acorns? Look at this one. There's no cracks or scratches. It's a really good one. You'd even call it a prize winner.
She's like, her mouth is watering looking at that acorn in his hand. And she's like, absolutely, that is a... Which tree did you get that under? That is a good one, Lortho. Let's try it. Okay, if we have to pay again to get across the bridge, then that means that we will have gotten, the money that we need to get into the city. So might as well. We gotta turn around, I guess, because this is just... Caro didn't tell me about any of this.
And
I'm gonna give him a talking to when I get home. He's probably laughing it up. He thinks this is so funny. He sent us off on this quest to try to get help, and he's like, ha ha ha, they're not even gonna be able to get into the town. I bet he's writing a play about it right now.
And Lortho's ears pop up and he goes, "Oh, that's probably why I didn't tell you. All good stories have to have drama and complications."
Well, if he doesn't cast me to be the lead when we redo this 3 years from now, when he's finally ready to reveal it to the town, he won't know what's coming to him. And she stomps off. They're going back to Bludmuk.
And he's following behind you, like waddling as fast as he can to keep up. And he's like, Meryl, I ate all my rations today, thinking there'd be meals waiting for us when we got here. And
she like pulls on her right ear. She's like, hey.
He holds the acorn up and he's like, you want it?
Wait.
I'll trade it to you for a meal, maybe.
Or
give me a little stew. Little stew, maybe.
No, she snatches it out of his hand. You cannot be trusted. Go. And she like makes him walk in front of her. Of course, Caro would do this because he's mad that she got like a week's worth of attention. And so he thought he would throw a little kink into the plan. And she's also just like determined, like, we will get this done. She's the thing that's thrown her off the most is the death of Ruviden, because she doesn't really know. They're gonna have to, like, I guess, try to track his family down. But like, how hard can it be? You know, the city can't be that big. So she's feeling determined, but also she's like a little bit worried. But she thinks that the first thing that they need to do is find more money. So they have to come up with a plan to get money, and then they can worry about finding like money just to get into the city, and then they can worry about getting her money that she's owed from this family.